I'm so excited, and also like
It sure is.
you know, like this has been beautiful. I think it's been 10 weeks that we've been coming together from Pesach till now, 9 or 10 weeks. And it's just been so special. And thank you to everybody that has been with us from the beginning. And then thank you to the new people that joined somewhere in between. And thank you to the person who joined today. Thank you.
Thank you to the person who's giving it over.
Thank you. And thank you, Fagi, for
And
hosting.
thank you for hosting, that's right.
And for sponsoring. You should be gebenched. Hashem should
Oh, my.
shower you with shefa and bracha and hatzlacha and mazel and gesund and everything good. And because we get together to learn this extremely holy work, then we have a kayach. So everybody say your own name to yourself, your full Hebrew name, and anybody else that needs a Yeshua in the merit of us learning the Sefer and Devorah. Anybody that needs a Yeshua. Okay, so I do want to mention, I know I spoke about it a little before, but I do want to mention that we have filmed for the summer series. We're very excited about it. It's being fully sponsored by Fagi. Thank you again. You should be gebenched. Anybody that wants to sign up, so it's really like a lunch and learn program. The goal is not for people to learn it on their own. I don't know if you could learn this on your own.
No, you can't.
Right? This is the type of thing where you need to like hash and rehash and have support and have people like gasping when you tell them your horror story. Like you just can't learn this on your own. The goal is we want women to get together, lunch and learn, or at night, whatever it is. If you're upstate, if you're away for the summer, if you're home, any place is wonderful. We'll just let us know. We'll send you a link, and it's a 6-week summer series. So you know you can sign up for it, and we hope that you really gain and learn from it. Okay. So my son Shulam is 8, and this is his briefcase. And the only reason why it looks so nice is because he never takes it to school. Because what do I need a briefcase for? Why do I need snack? You know, why do I need a shirt for that matter? You know, one of those types of kids. But this is his. And then Bela is 10, and this is hers. Now, if I was ever to say, oh, Bela, I'm washing your briefcase. Could you take Shulam's today? She would be like, what? Absolutely not. Hi, Devorah. Come on in.
Backyard?
Yes.
Was that the surprise? It's magnificent.
Yeah, come join us.
Yeah, thanks.
Hi, how are you?
So in a million years, Bela would never ever take Shulam's briefcase. And then we have Yocheved, who is in 6th grade, and she wouldn't be Quadet without a Kipling, right? Because like that's that age. By next year, they're on to like Mark Jacobs, but for now it's still Kipling, right? And Yocheved would never take Bela's non-designer bag, and of course never take Shulam's ever. And in our own life, in our own experiences, we're constantly upgrading, right? The summer season is here. We're in a different bag. Maybe, maybe not, you know, we're in different shoes, maybe. We're wearing different clothing. Even like, I feel like sometimes our makeup even changes. We go a little lighter on the makeup because as the seasons change and as the year goes on, we change. We want to look a little different. We want to upgrade in our wigs. What's our ruchnius like? Are we upgrading with every season? Or are we still in the winter season? Not this past winter, 12 winters ago.
Now when you go to your shir, I know, then we upgrade.
Right? Thank you. Do we shed the old as we go into the new, or are we still carrying around the old? And sometimes when I go shopping for a new pair of shoes or for something for a new season, I think about it. So I'm buying something new. Have I changed at all? Have I taken anything upon myself? Have I added any? Are we still davening the same davening that we've been davening for the past 15
Hopefully
years?
not.
Or have we added anything on?
Yeah, we had those studies today and yesterday.
No, but I'm
That's
saying on a
besides
daily
that.
basis.
On a daily
Besides
basis,
for,
I daven certain things
right.
with much more kavana. You know what helps also? When you listen to people who are knowledgeable and they know more than me, and I learn from them, you know, the importance of emphasizing on certain words and certain fillers, what they mean, you know, when you know
So
what
that,
they
so
mean,
you're
that makes
doing
such
the
a-
work. You're doing the work.
trying.
But how many people are not? You know what I mean? Like, are we still saying the same few kapitlach of Tehillim? You know, like, is it still that 1 hour Shmiras Haloshin, or maybe can we expand it a little bit? I don't know, are we even doing 1 hour? You know, but it would never occur to us to, this is my bag. I would not be caught dead in any of these bags, because we shed the old and we move on to the new, but not always in our ruchnias. I feel like one of the things that keep on coming up over and over is it's such hard work. There's so much pain. We have such a right to feel this way. Do I have to? How can I? And we keep on going back to the same thing. You know, I get emails, and the pain in the emails, I can't even respond right away to them because there's so much pain. I need to read it, and I need to read it again, and I need to be able to send back a response. There's so much pain, and they want to know, like, do I have to forgive this person with all that I'm going through, with what she does to me and what she says, and they give me specifics, so I have to forgive? And I respond to all the emails the same. We have to believe that Hashem could help us. We have to believe that change could happen only with the help of Hashem. Because to our naked eye, it doesn't seem possible. People are sometimes in a position where it doesn't seem possible that change could happen, or that I can forgive, or that I can let go. I want to let go, I want to let go, I can't. We have to believe that Hashem can help us. I have this fascinating book on Shlomo HaMelech. It's pretty small. It's a little hard to find. And this is one of my favorite stories about him. So he had 1,000 wives, which means that he actually had thousands of children. And believe it or not, he had a favorite. She was a little girl, and her name was Ketsia. That's what the Sefer tell us. And the reason why he loved this little girl is because he saw a lot of himself in his little girl. She was very, very bright. She was very charming, and she was very witty. And he was crazy over this little girl. And she would come visit him all the time in the palace. And she would climb onto his lap, and she would spend time with him. So Shlomo HaMelech had the ability to be able to see the future. If you read the book, then you're gonna, you learn a lot. He had the ability to be able to speak to malachim and to shadim, and he knew what was going on around the world. And yeah, it was just, so he looked into the future because he wanted to see who his beloved daughter out of his thousands of children would marry. And when he saw who she was marrying, he was devastated. She was marrying a commoner. This was just like a guy from some village, not even super good looking, not a lot of money, not a lot of yichus, definitely not knowledgeable. Like, and he was like, what? This is who my daughter is gonna marry? Absolutely not. And so the Sefer tell us that he had his strongest men take her by sea to an island that was very, very far away. And when they got to this island, these extremely strong men built a tower. And then once the tower was complete and they came off of the tower, they removed the only way of getting into the tower. It was this tall ladder. They took the ladder with them and they traveled back to the palace. And she was left alone on the top of the tower. Lahavdil, I'm going to assume this is where the story of Rapunzel comes from, right? She's left alone at the top of the tower because there is no way that he is allowing this guy to get to his beloved daughter. And every day an eagle would come and bring her food. There was no way to climb the tower. So the eagle would find food for her, fly to the top of the tower and drop it off. And that's how she survived. One day, the eagle finds a huge cow. Now, unbeknown to the eagle, there was a man, a very simple man, who was a commoner, not very good looking, not a lot of money, not very knowledgeable. And his parents were really, really poor. And he said, I need to go out there and I need to find a way to make my own parnasa. And as he went and as he started to travel, he didn't have food and it got very cold at night and he was cold and he was hungry and he saw that there had been a dead animal there and he had a knife with him. So he carved out the inside of the animal and he crawled in for some warmth and that's where he fell asleep. The eagle, seeing a dead animal, picked up the animal and flew to the top of the tower and dropped it off at the top of the tower. And when he awoke, to his surprise, there was a beautiful princess at the top of the tower. And they actually used their blood to carve out a ksuba, and they got married. And when Shlomo HaMelech looked to see what was going on, he sees this very same man that he had seen would marry his daughter was actually married to his daughter. So we learned that he himself went to visit and to see what was going on. And he said, how did this happen? And the man told him the story. I just climbed in and an eagle brought me. And Shlomo HaMelech said, you could be the wisest in the entire world. Only Hashem decides what will happen, who will be the shliach, how it will happen, at what time it will happen. We could do everything and anything within our power to try and manipulate things. Only God, only HaKadosh Baruch Hu can make things happen, yeah?
Just want to say, actually, on the way here, I had this experience, but it's always easier to see it on someone else and give them advice than on ourselves. On the way here, somebody called me that she's a nervous wreck. She's lying on the couch. She can't move. Her daughter's on a date. And I told her, I said, your Tehillim is your best friend. You know, her daughter's ready and he's not ready, and what's going to be, and the shotgun and the phone call. And I'll think to myself, but when I'm in that situation, when my daughter's on her 6th date and I don't know what's going to be, I don't talk like this. But as an outsider, I told her, like, what are you nervous about? If the shidduch is meant to happen, it's going to happen. If it's not meant to happen, it won't happen. Just open the Tehillim. Let Hashem guide you.
Yeah.
So this is the story.
Yeah.
It's going to happen whether you want it to happen or not,
Yeah.
or it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
And Chas Hashem, if there needs to be a child and a divorce, that's also going to happen.
Yeah.
Because that neshama has to be born.
Rabbi Wildstein used to say this about one of his girls when she was in a psych ward. I might have said this already. She was in a psych ward. She used to say, I thought I was being buried, and then I realized I was being planted. I used to say that to myself over and over and over. I feel like I'm being buried, but I know I'm being planted. Our challenges helps us to grow. So I want to share with you a story that I read. I tried finding where it was in a Sefer because I wanted to give you details. I don't know if you care about which Sefer, but whatever. I just wanted to come with you. And this has given me tremendous chizek, so I'm going to share it with you. So there was a man who was incredibly, incredibly, incredibly wealthy. His name was Yosef. And he was a Talmud Chacham, and he was a very big Baal Tzedakah, and he was a very influential, very, very good person in the community. And he was a big davener, and he was very respected. There was one thing he used to say all the time. Listen, I'm a big believer. Hashem controls the world. Hashem created the world. Hashem can do everything. The one thing he can't do is make me poor. Because if he was to, I don't know, what? He was in lumber, so what? He's going to destroy all the forests that I own? There are going to be wildfires in every single forest? Well, if he decides to do that, I'm still in the shipping company, so what? All my ships are going to be wrecked? Well, if he does that, I'm also in the mining. I have a lot of gold, so what's going to happen? All the mines are going to, I mean, Hashem is amazing, and I believe he could do anything. There's no way he could take away my parnasa. Even if he manages to destroy all of my parnasa, my children are so wealthy. My children will always take care of me. This is what he was known for. He would repeat this a lot. He would say this a lot. So one day he's waiting for a big business deal, and the guy is not coming. They made up to meet at a certain spot. And as he's standing outside, he starts to look around. And he notices actually that the building that he's in front of is quite beautiful. And he's fascinated by the architecture, so he goes inside. And this man comes out to greet him and starts talking to him. And he introduces himself. And he says, my name is Father. And it was a church. And he says, let me take you around. And he shows him around, and this smart person understood architecture, and he really loved it. And so the, what are they called? The clergyman, the priest. The priest tells him, why don't you come back tomorrow? And I'll show you the other wing. And so began a friendship between this very wealthy, frum person and a priest. until the friendship developed into an interest of what it was all about, until it developed into the priest convincing him to join their religion and the church. And one of the ways to do that is to sign away their wealth completely. And when his family heard that he had converted and signed away his wealth, they sat Shiva for him and they completely disowned him. And it was a few months later where he suddenly woke up and he realized what he had done. And he was horrified. And he ran to his family, and his family said, "You can't come to me." And he spent the rest of his life a beggar in the street, completely and totally destitute. I think the reason why the story speaks to me so much is because nothing is impossible. Nothing. There's not a day that goes by that I don't beg Hashem to help me forgive and let go. I really want to let go. Can you help me to let go? And I believe that he can. We're mortal beings, but Hashem is everything. He could do anything. So I got a phone call from this woman. I remember that day very clearly. It was pouring. And it was the type of day where, like, I didn't want to put on makeup. I wanted to be in my comfy socks. I wanted to stay home and, like, cook a good soup and bake. No, totally not. I wanted to stay home and just, like, do nothing, which, okay, that also not, you know. And, you know, I get a phone call. And she introduces herself as Nechama. Now, the only Nechama that I know is Nechama. The best way to describe her would be like easy breezy cover girl. You know these people that are just flawless, the teeth, the skin, the whole look. You know when you get a new shaitel, the problem is all your old shaitels now look horrible. Like, what are you doing with your old shaitels? I want to know what happens to her old shaitels. I've never seen her in an old shaitel. You know what I'm saying? Just perfection, like from head to toe. You know, I see her and she never looks hot, right? I find myself fanning myself. Not Nechama. Never needs to fan herself. Just, so it's Nechama. And just to verify it, I asked her last name. And she says, "Can you come get me?" I said, "Where are you?" So she tells me where she is, which is about 40 minutes away from my house. I said, "Okay, wait for me. I'll be there." So I ran upstairs at least to, like, put on a little lip gloss and put on my fancy aloe sweatshirt, you know. And I drive 40 minutes and I have all these, like, questions. Like, "Can you come get me?" Like, what is that code word? Like, what, like, huh? And when I get there, she's standing outside and it is pouring. And she was wearing a white shirt. Not a good idea. And her, like, beautiful wig is not beautiful. And she looks so scared. And so I told her to come into my car, and she sits down and she was, like, shaking because she'd been standing outside in the pouring rain for 40 minutes and she's, like, freezing. And she's just, like, sitting and shivering. So, like, I don't know, I unzipped my sweatshirt. I was wearing, like, a t-shirt underneath, you know, and I give her the sweatshirt, put it over her shoulders, and she, like, her teeth are chattering. I don't want to say anything. I'm waiting to hear what she wants to say. And then when she, like, calmed down a little bit, she starts to talk. And she tells me about the facade that she has going on, the perfect life that everybody thinks she has, the really, really horrible life that she leads, and how she feels like she leads a double life, and she has nobody to talk to. And I didn't say anything because she didn't ask me for my opinion, so I was just listening. And then after her speaking for about a half hour, and she had calmed down a little bit, I said, "You know, Nechama, we're not far from a coffee shop. Why don't we go get some coffee? You look like you can use some hot soup." And she's like, "No." I said, "Okay." So we continued talking, but then, like, I really needed coffee. And I'm like, "Nechama, we're not far. Let's go get some coffee. And she says, no. And I said, why not? So she turns to me and she says, I don't want to be seen with you. I said, what? She says, I don't want to be seen with you. We're clearly not in the same circles. And I don't want people to think that I approached you because I need your help. I really don't want to be seen with you. And I was like so taken aback. I just drove 40 minutes to come talk to you. This is what you're saying? I said, okay. I ended up dropping her back, and she was much calmer. I just listened. I was just there for her. And then she would call me to talk when she was like really, really in a very bad place. And she would end every phone call the same way. Don't tell anybody we spoke. I once mentioned that I'm being at a wedding. And then she said, oh my gosh, I'm being at that same wedding. Whatever you do, don't make eye contact. And I wasn't sure what Hashem wanted from me. It didn't feel right. Is this compassion? Is this being taken advantage of? Like, go find someone to talk to that you do want to be seen with. Like, what am I? And I had to sit with it. And I had to like really digest that. Because I think it's really important that these 13 attributes of mercy that Hashem has to come from a place of being real. And I don't know if I was there. I don't know if I was required to be there. I felt very taken advantage of. And I couldn't get to the place of not being taken advantage of and just being full of compassion. And so I ended this weird, uncomfortable, makes me feel fat relationship because it just really didn't feel right and it didn't feel good. And I think what I'm trying to say with the story is that it's not black and white. We have very mixed emotions. We're very unsure of what does Hashem want from me. So I paid him, and now he wants me to pay him again just because he did do the work, he didn't do the work. Like, what am I supposed to do? What is the right thing to do? And I think that that's what our avodah is. Our avodah is looking inward, asking questions, asking the right people, learning, growing. Can we come to a place? That's what I kept on asking myself. Can I come to a place where I'm able to help her out of compassion and not feel taken advantage of? I couldn't. So then I knew that wasn't what I was supposed to be doing, because it needs to come from the right place. But what Hashem, yeah.
I just want to share a Talmud Devorah story that I just heard on Instagram this week. A girl shared that she had gone to shul and she was sitting, in her clothing, her Shabbos dress, and a woman a bit older than her in the back made a comment to her, I don't think you should wear that dress because you gained a little weight and it's not becoming on you. And she was really upset and really hurt. And she went and invited her for Shabbos lunch.
Wow.
She invited her for Shabbos lunch and they had a great meal. To make her look at her lunch. No, she just said it. She said, so then I commented to her, I said, wow, this is the Talmud Devorah movement. There's a Sefer. And she wrote back, I learned the Sefer many years ago.
Wow.
And I was thinking this is a Talmud Devorah moment.
Wow.
Because I remember you taught that even when someone hurts you, if you can go past that and do something nice for them, even though they hurt you.
Right.
And this was clearly, she hurt her feelings.
Wow. She must have worked through it though, because it has to come from a place of real. It has to be real.
Right, well, she had learned Talmud Devorah.
Yeah.
She had done the Sefer a while back, so I guess she had it in her. I just thought it was such an everyday good story.
Wow.
Because
That
we
is
all
an
have that
everyday
every
good
day.
story.
People throw a comment which they don't mean to, but it still hurts me,
Right. Wow. I think that, and that was one of the things that we spoke about today when we were doing the filming, because one of the people here hadn't learned the Talmud Devorah. She was learning it for the first time, and she kept on saying, are we supposed to be superhuman? Like, I'm not understanding how we're supposed to get to that place. it starts with small things. It starts with little things. It starts with a comment, a this, a that, being able to, can I overcome that? Can I work on myself? Can I forgive? Can I let go? And then, like when the bigger things pile on, then hopefully we're in that space. But
It's almost like metamorphosing. It's like stages.
Yeah.
You can't like always do that big thing right away.
right,
It's like you said, like a comment like that. And then it's,
right.
it's,
I want to
it's
remind.
like evolving or
It is an
developing.
evolving thing,
It's
yeah.
not, oh, switch like that.
Right. No, it's not. It's a constant work. I want to remind everybody what I said in the very first lesson. The Ramak describes it as appropriate behavior. That's the word he uses. And we ask, why does he describe it as appropriate? And it's compared to somebody who's eating soup with a fork. Is he doing an aver? Is he doing something wrong? No, but he's not getting all the benefits. When we do this work, we are really getting the benefits of living a life of freedom and shefa, and there are people out there who are genuinely happy, really, really happy. I want to be that person. And I think to myself sometimes when I'm laying in bed, would $5 million make me happy right now? Yes, it totally would. No, but really, not really. It would make me really happy when my stomach wasn't hurting because I'm holding on to, that would make me really happy. When I have good relationships and when it flows, that would make me happy. $5 million can do the trick too, but I'm just saying. Okay.
We'll get you there quicker.
So I want to finish with this thought. Also something I read in a Sefer, that when Mashiach comes, Mashiach is a person, he comes in every generation, and then, when we're not worthy of him, then he disappears. So when Mashiach comes, there'll be a long, long, long line of people waiting to greet him and to shake his hand. So first we'll go the Gedolei Yisrael, and then we'll be the wealthy people who donated buildings and lots of money, right? And then, I don't know about you, but I'll be somewhere in the back of the line going like, I wish they gave out chairs. Do we have to stand the whole time? Okay. And then when it's finally going to be our turn.
I'm never going to be able to do it because I'm a woman.
And then when it's finally going to be our turn and he's going to say, and who are you? You know what our answer is going to be?
We learned Devorah.
I'm the one who brought you.
Oh.
We are the ones who will bring him through our avodah, through our overcoming, through our going through our challenges. We will be the ones to bring him.
for you.